Welcome to Tuesday's Economy Watch, where we follow the economic events and trends that affect Aotearoa. I'm David Chaston, and this is the international edition from interest.co.nz. And today we lead with news: oil prices are rising again as peace talks stall. And the German Chancellor has said the US is being humiliated by Iran. In the US, the Dallas Fed factory survey shows activity continued to rise in April, but that their new orders index plummeted sharply into contraction territory. Their shipments index fell into negative territory for the first time this year, while perceptions of broader business conditions continued to worsen notably in April. And there were two large US Treasury bond auctions earlier today, and while the yields achieved were little different to those in the prior equivalent events a month ago, there was a notable rise in demand. The 2-year bond brought 8.7% more bid value, and the 5-year 1.8% more. Together that was $18 billion more. And Canada has launched a new sovereign wealth fund, seeding it with an initial 25 billion Canadian dollars in funding. And we should note that Moody's has upgraded China's A1 credit rating outlook to stable from negative from its last change in December 2023. And despite the Middle East headwinds, China's industrial profits were 15.5% higher in the first quarter of 2026 than the same period in 2025. This maintained the good expansion in January and February. SOE profits rose 10%, private firms were up 25%, but foreign firms in China hardly managed any increase. A large part of this result has been the huge profits their metals industry is winning, especially for rare earth minerals. And Taiwanese consumer sentiment edged up in April, but only marginally from its very low level. It's still basically at its lowest level since January 2023. In Malaysia, a sharp rise in oil prices in March turned their overall producer price deflation into inflation. It is sure to get sharper in subsequent months. Meanwhile, in Singapore, industrial production rose sharply in March, up 10% from the same month a year ago, after the very lacklustre February result. In Germany, the GfK Consumer Climate Indicator dropped in May more than expected to its weakest level since February 2023. Mounting pressures on households from rising energy prices has pushed inflation higher and sentiment lower there. The US Treasury 10-year yield is now just on 4.34%, up 3 basis points from this time yesterday. And the price of gold will start today down $28 at $4,681 an ounce. Silver is little changed at just under $75.50 an ounce. American oil prices are up $2.50, just under $97 a barrel, while the international Brent price is up $3.50, now at $109 a barrel. A week ago, these prices were $84.50 and $91 respectively, so a big net rise. And we should note that the Russian benchmark oil price has eased by $1.50 to $106 a barrel. And the Kiwi dollar is up 30 basis points from yesterday at 59.1 US cents. Against the Aussie, we're up 10 basis points at 82.3 Australian cents. Against the euro, we're up 20 basis points at 50.4 euro cents. That all means our trade-weighted index starts today just on 62.5, which is up 30 basis points from yesterday. And the Bitcoin price starts today at $76,753 and down 1.8% from yesterday. Volatility of the past 24 hours has been modest, just under plus or minus 1.9%. You can get more news affecting the economy in New Zealand from interest.co.nz. Kia ora, I'm David Chaston. We'll do this again tomorrow.